Hey guys, I gave a quick update. The video I filmed yesterday about Hurricane Helene, how it's affected me, how it's affected my loved ones, and more importantly, how it's affected the Western North Carolina region. And just first of all, before I get started, just wanted to put this out there. Um, if you've ordered something from the Etsy shop, there is a good possibility that it may not have shipped yet. Um, Jen has not had internet or phone for days, and I don't even know if mail's going in or out. But until internet comes back, she's not going to be able to ship anything. If you have anything that is overdue, shoot us a message on Etsy. I can get that message. If you want a refund, I will give you a refund. If you want to wait, as soon as the internet comes up, we will get those sent out to you. But yeah, I kind of want to just talk about what is going on. What is going on here? So obviously, I am not home. I have been on the road. I have been filming. And then filming some amusement parks, filming some state fairs out here in Virginia. So this big hurricane, Helene, came through, and it is, first of all, it has just caused so much devastation, so much damage to the Western Carolina, Eastern Tennessee area, and other areas as well. I don't know as much of what happened in other areas, but I've been piecing together what's been going on back home. And I've seen some videos. I've saw some videos of places I'm familiar with, like Irwin, Tennessee, or Blowing Rock, North Carolina, or Asheville, North Carolina. And just seeing this is absolutely devastating. These are places that I'm familiar with, and just to see them just destroyed, just wiped off the map. Different levels, of course, of damage, different cities, but just clearly so much damage. When this storm started, they were talking locally about that this was going to be as bad as a flood that occurred in 1916. So literally the storm of the century is what we were talking about here. And by all accounts, not only is this as bad as the flood of 1916, this is worse. It actually broke records. I don't know the exact stats, but this could very well be the one of the worst documented weather event to affect the area that I call home, Western North Carolina. I have lived the entirety of my adult life in that area. Moved there when I was 18 years old, and yeah, it's really bad. People are cut off from everything. Bridges have been wiped out, roads have been wiped out, so there's literally people trapped. Not only are they trapped, but there is almost no cell service, no internet service. And so these people literally have no way to communicate with their families, to tell people that they are safe. It's very upsetting, obviously. Now, I want to say I am incredibly fortunate. I've spoken to Jen, I've spoken to my daughter, I've spoken to my son. Everyone is safe. Luckily, Annabelle is off at college, so she's kind of away from what is happening. my son, his property where he lives was undamaged. Now, when the worst of the hurricane was coming into our area, Jen called me. We had a leak in the roof, was the extent of our damage. A little bit of flooding in the basement, not the bunker, but a different, the back part of my basement flooded just a little bit, nothing even to worry about. And then, we had a leaky, there's like a light fixture in our ceiling that was like leaking water. Seems so minor compared to all the other stuff going on with other people. I was just concerned because like it was electricity dripping, so she turned the light off. May have to have that, probably have that looked at a later date. I'm sure people that deal with those sort of things are dealing with much more important issues right now. But yeah, Jen called me, to let me know that the roof was leaking. She was okay. She said the rain was just incredible. The next day I hadn't heard from her for a while. She eventually, I guess she had gone out just kind of to go about her business, and things were rough. All the credit card machines in town are down. She did not have any cash on hand, so she literally could not go into a grocery store and buy food or buy anything. She couldn't go to an ATM because the ATMs were down. And she had, she was able to make do with what we had in the house. She was able to scrape together food, meals. Unfortunately, there was a water contamination. Put on town of Waynesville put out a water boil alert on Facebook, and no one got it because no one has internet or phone, and no one has a way to communicate with those people. So of course, she said she thinks she may have drank the toxic water. So hopefully that ends up not being anything that serious. So yeah, when she was going around town, she I guess someone had told her that there was a particular spot in town where people were having luck getting through. So she was able to go to like one parking lot in town. Apparently everyone is congregating in this parking lot because they can get through with their cell service. But she was able to get in touch with me, tell me she was okay, tell me that, it was all, tell me what I just told you, and all that. Of course, then I had to go long periods without hearing from her because she could only call me if she drove to this one spot. And later she found out she wasn't even supposed to be driving because they had declared driving illegal or whatever. You're not supposed to be out driving because you could interfere with emergency services or whatnot. But she did, was able to get in touch with me, and obviously she's really worried, and she doesn't know what she can do. She's been without phone, without internet, and it's such a weird feeling. We are so reliant on our phones, so reliant on our internet, that it's just weird to feel this disconnected from people. So I just, she told me she was okay, but I couldn't just I couldn't call her, I couldn't text her and just ask, are you doing all right? Are things going okay? I just couldn't. You just had to trust that things were going okay. And again, my heart breaks for people that are in a worse situation than us. People that have not been able to communicate with their family members, with people. My ex-wife was completely out of the loop. She had no phone, no internet where she was at. My daughter was finally able to get in touch with her at one point, and what she said was she had no idea what was going on. She knew things were bad in town. She knew that there was flooding where she was at, and that she couldn't leave, couldn't go anywhere. But But she didn't know. Like, she didn't know about all the bad things that happened to other towns, all the bad things that happened to Asheville. She really just had no clue, other than things are bad here. And she had no phone, no internet, no way to communicate or get information about what had happened, what was going on. And, you know, there's still people out there that you cannot get to civilization, do not know what's happening, have not had anyone communicate with them. It's, my heart absolutely breaks for them. This is bad. I'm not being critical of anyone or news or anything, but just know, like, what is happening in Western North Carolina is an absolute catastrophe. You may have to dig a little bit to find out what's going on. I know I did. It wasn't, this isn't front page news on any of the news websites or anything, but it's really, really devastating. I guess I was fortunate in a way that I just happened to not be there. Of course, I feel terrible that Jen is having to go through this all alone. And that just brings me to the, like, what do I do next? What do I do from here? And I'm not sure. My original plan was I have an event tonight, was to drive through the night. Sometimes I do this just to save money on an extra hotel room, where I'll get finished in a city and then I'll just drive maybe until, basically drive through the night into the next morning, get home 5, 6, 7 a.m. and then just go to sleep. That was my plan for tonight, to drive back home. And I'm starting to think that's not a good plan. There's still a warning that no one is supposed to be traveling in or to Western North Carolina. So one of my fears is that I'm not able to get in, especially driving at night, maybe extra dodgy. So trying to come up with a plan. I'm trying to see if we can either get Jen out of there or get me in there. We just talked to her just before I recorded this video, and we're just playing it by ear. I think I'm gonna stay here tonight, and then tomorrow we're gonna try to find a way to get together somewhere, whether it be if phone service and internet service is restored. I may try to get back home. If all that is still out, Jen may come out and meet me somewhere. We're looking at the maps, communicating with people if there is a legitimate way that she can get out of Western North Carolina from Waynesville. It seems possibly she could go through Hendersonville and maybe get to Charlotte or somewhere like that, head eastward, into the state. It's all just planning. So hopefully I'll, hear from her tonight at some point, or at least hear from her tomorrow morning, so we can come up with a plan. So I'm sorry if this is like all scrambled and nonsensical. I'm sorry. I'm still processing this, and it's been like very slow, the information coming. So when I found out Jen was okay, when I found out my son was okay, when I found out my daughter was okay, I was kind of like, okay, everyone's okay, nothing to worry about, everyone's fine. And everyone is fine, everyone is still fine. But then I started getting more information, a bunch of my friends, family member, all calling me, making sure I'm okay. Of course I'm okay. But then I, looked and to see, what is going on here? And, some videos out there that show the devastation absolutely make me want to throw up. Just seeing bridges knocked out. I mean, you see a bridge knocked out. Like, it's not like they can just put a new bridge there the next day. I mean, these are projects that, I don't know how long it takes to build a bridge. I'm assuming a long time. So getting people in there to redo the infrastructure, I mean, this could be years. Like, honestly, this could be years down the line repairing these areas, and some of these areas just may not get repaired. May just be gone, and it's very, very sad. Yeah, so yeah, slowly getting, so kind of like slowly built up, you know, just really getting an appreciation, the information coming out very slowly about what exactly had happened there. It's just because of complete shutdown of communication. You know, where we live in the mountains, it's already an isolated area geographically. So once you shut down internet, once you shut down phones, there's very, very little flow of information there. And so hopefully, I mean, I'm just spreading this. I'm hoping I can spread this information a little bit. What is going on there it's catastrophic. It's traumatizing. It's horrendous. You know, they're reporting deaths on the news. And I don't want to share any information because that's unverified, but from what I'm hearing, those numbers are just a fraction. You know, there may be a lot more people have lost their lives in this event than is being reported at this time, because they don't have the bodies, because the bodies have been washed away in the flood. And oh my gosh, and it's so grateful. So while my heart hurts for them, I'm just so grateful that you know, Jen and my children are okay, and you know, be dealing with some inconveniences, but that's very small compared to what other people are having to go through with because of this tragedy. So I do plan on keeping you guys posted. Again, I gave a little update yesterday. I just didn't know, really, I didn't have all the information about what had happened, other than, you know, my family was safe. So I will keep you guys posted about what's going on with me, what's going on with the area, and hopefully just keep in touch. I'll keep in touch with you guys. So don't worry, I'm safe. We're all going to be safe. You know, unfortunately, we are the lucky ones. Okay, I'm going to end this video. Again, I'm going to go to an event tonight and film, and then I'm going to try to figure out the next day, tomorrow, what I'm going to do from there. But I just want to push this out. I think I may go ahead and upload this right now, so you guys have a very updated view of what's happening. It's Sunday right now, Sunday the 29th, and I'll keep you guys posted. Thank you for now, and until next time, this one's in the bag.